Good evening, students. Today's lesson is Place the First Digit. Let's start by reflecting on the unit learning goal. How can I use place value to divide? Well, today's lesson, we are going to focus on this goal. How can I use place value to know where to place the first digit in the quotient? So let's keep that goal in mind. Where will I place the first digit in the quotient? And let's look at a word problem. Jamie took 144 photos on a digital camera. The photos are to be placed equally in 6 photo albums. How many photos will be in each album? This is what we're working towards. So we know that we are going to be placing the photos equally into 6 photo albums. Already I'm thinking that means I'm going to have to divide, and I have 144 photos that need to be placed equally into 6 photo albums. So you can see my problem is going to be 144 divided by 6. So over here, you can see how it's modeled. We have 100, 4 tens right here, and 4 ones. So if I have 144 divided by 6, can I take this 100, this 100, and divide it equally by 4? Well, I can't unless I regroup. So you can see right here, they have taken the 100 and they have made that 10 tens. So I now have these 10 tens from my original 100 and the 4 tens here from the 144. So now I have 14 tens to share among 6 groups. So I know the first digit of my quotient is going to be in the tens place. All right, we're going to continue on with this. If it goes into 14 tens, I know that I can divide 6 into 14 tens 2 times. So 6 times 2 is 12. So I'm going to subtract my 12 tens from my 14 tens. I have 2 tens, and I can bring down now the 4 ones. And now I have 2 tens, 4 ones, or 24 ones. Okay, as we said, now there are 24 ones to share among the 6 groups. So I'm going to divide 24 ones divided by 6. And to do that, I'm going to multiply to see how many groups of 6 that I can put in here. So I have 6 times 4 ones would give me 24. So now I'm going to subtract 24 ones minus 24 ones, and you can see I will have no remainder. So there will be 24 photos in each album. Let's look at another example. In this one, Reggie has 287 photographs of animals. If he wants to put the photos into 2 groups of the same size, how many photos will be in each group? So let's go back to the important information. He has 287 photographs, and he wants to place them into 2 groups of the same size. And then the question that we're trying to find the answer to is how many photos will be in each group. So I'm going to use place value to figure out where the first digit goes. Let's look at the hundreds in this number, 287. I'm going to make it just a little bigger. So the hundreds place is right here. 2 hundreds can be shared equally between 2 groups. So if my problem was this, I know that I can share equally these 2 with the 2 hundreds. So the first digit of the quotient will be in the hundreds place. And now we're ready to start dividing. We're going to divide the hundreds first. As we said, I can divide 2 hundreds equally by 2 groups. And I know that if I multiply 2 times 100, I will get 2 hundredths, and I'm going to subtract my 2 hundredths from 2 hundredths, and now I have no hundredths, but I'm not done yet. Now I need to move on to the tens place. So I know there were 0 hundredths, but I'm going to bring down this 8 tens. Can I divide 8 tens equally with 2 groups? Yes, I can. I will go ahead and divide 8 tens divided by 2. And I know that if I multiply 2 times 4 tens, that I will get 8 tens. So 8 tens minus 8 tens will give me 0 left over. And I'm going to slide right over here and move on down and pull down my 1. So I now have 7 ones. Can I divide 7 ones by 2 groups? Yes, I can. I know that 2 times 3 ones is 6. 7 minus 6 is 1. So I can equally put this with 143, but I do have this remainder of 1, so I have to document this remainder 1 here. So there will be 143 photos in each group with 1 photo left. I'm going to show you real quickly how you can check to make sure that you've done the right thing. So if I have 143, my quotient times 2, the groups that I was dividing equally, you'll see I have 286, but I have to remember this 1 photo that was left, and I come up with 287, which is the dividend that I started with. So here's another one to try. There are 452 pictures of dogs in 4 equal groups. So 452 pictures, 4 equal groups. How many pictures are in each group? So here's what we're trying to find. Explain how you can use place value to place the first digit in the quotient. Remember, that's our lesson goal, so let's start there. If I have 452 divided by 4 equal groups, can I divide the 400s equally by 4 equal groups? Yes, I can. It will go in there 1 time. So let's go ahead and start by explaining this. 400s can be shared by 4 groups, or among 4 groups, I guess would be a better way of saying this. So the first digit is in the hundreds. And there's our explanation. Now let's go ahead and divide. So I said that we know that it will go in there 1 time. So 4 times 1 gives us 4 hundredths that I'm going to subtract from the 4 hundredths in the problem. I have no more hundredths. I'm going to bring down my 5 tens. Well, 4 groups, can I share them with 5 tens? Yes, I can. Again, I could share them with 1 per group. So 4 tens goes into 5 tens 1 time. And 5 minus 4, I have 1 10 left over. And I'm going to bring down my 2 ones. So now I have a total of 12 ones. Can I share 12 ones among 4 groups? I sure can. I can take 3 times 4, and that equals 12 ones, and I will not have a remainder. So 452 divided by 4 is 113, with a remainder of 0. Remember how I showed you to check? I can take 113, my quotient, times the 4 groups. I have no remainder to add, and yes, this checks. So I know my answer is correct with 113. Okay, go ahead and copy down the information for this problem in your notes. Okay, this time we're going to divide 272 by 8 groups. So we're going to start by thinking about that goal of looking at the place value to know where we will place the first digit in our quotient. So if I have 2 hundreds, can I divide 2 hundreds into 8 groups? Well, I can't without regrouping. So remember, if I have 2 hundreds, that is the same thing as 20 tens. Okay? So if I have 20 tens plus the 7 tens that were here, now I can go ahead and divide that among 8 groups. So 8 will go into 27 tens 3 times. 3 times 8 is 24. And I'm going to bring down 3 tens. You can see that I placed my first digit in the tens place. Okay? So I have 3 tens, and now I'm going to bring down 2 ones. Now I have 32 ones. Can I divide 32 ones by 8 groups? I sure can. 4 times 8 is 32. So now I take 32 ones minus 32 ones, and I have nothing left over. So for this problem, 272 divided by 8 equals 34. And again, I could go ahead and multiply to check my answer. Let's see, 24 plus 3 is 27. Again, it checks out. Now go ahead and write down the steps that we did for this one. Wow, today's lesson went by really fast. It's already time for our check. So go ahead and complete the lesson check that accompanies today's lesson. Be sure to include the work for those problems in your notes for today and bring them with you to class tomorrow. We're going to start class by reviewing those problems and discussing them. Good luck!